Welcome, welcome to ShadowMeTarot. I just got this new deck. This is an indie deck. I actually did get it from Amazon. Because it's an indie deck, I'm probably not going to return it because it costs those guys money. It's different if it's like Hay House or something like that. But this is an independent oracle or independent company. And here, this is cool. This is she's got a this is off Amazon. Come on now. So we've got a handwritten note here, and it says, "Thank you, facebook.com/art and souls," and it's AN souls. And says soul crystals and whatnot. It says, "Katie, thank you." Oops, you guys know my name now. "Thank you for your purchase of the Magic and Mediums Oracle set. I would love to invite you to www.artansouls.com. So that's ARTAN souls.com. Put it up here for her. There we go. Where you can satisfy your body, mind, and soul. Use code SOUL1111 for 10% off your order. Love and light. And I guess it says soul at the bottom. All right. Oh, here we go. Free crystal heart to bless you and all your future ventures at ARTANSouls.com. And then she's got a TikTok too, which is Glenda.thegoodwitch. And that's all handwritten out. That's a lot. Holy smokes. That's a lot of effort. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Art and Souls. And let's see what little, what's our little goodie? Ooh, it's a little rose. Is that rose quartz? It looks like rose. It's a quartz flower, a little quartz flower. Not flower, my gosh. A little quartz heart. My head was on flower. It's a quartz heart. Alrighty. All right. Let's go ahead and open this up. This was recommended by my friend. Oh, and it says, this is called Magic, the Magic and Mediums Oracle, created by Anielle Reid, illustrated by Ash Colored. Be introduced to the magic within and the magic just beyond the veil. With fantastical art, this 45-card deck and guidebook serves as a spiritual tool for insight and access to real magic. As each card details occult knowledge and step-by-step instruction to bring more of the sacred into your life, use of this deck will empower you to find your magic and confidently use it. With diverse characters and beings from various spiritual paths, this is a balanced deck accessible to anyone wanting to receive clarity and messages from the spirit world. The Magic and Mediums Oracle is your path to real magic. Anielle Reid is a psychic medium passionate about inspiring magic and demystifying the occult. And this is at www.magicandmediums.com. All right. All righty. All right, so good sturdy box. Oh, find your magic. And nice book. Ooh, a thick book. That's pretty thick. And whoa, I mean, that's a lot of words. We need to zoom in. Okay, so the top of the box says find your magic. The bottom of the box says use your magic. And this is the book. And this is a lot of pages. That's 145 pages. And I'm not even at the, about the creator, about the illustrator. Very cool. So, and the dedication is at the back, which means you're digging right into the stuff. Okay, so 146 pages. It has upright positions, divination positions, and reverse positions. So that's interesting. Ooh, there's a table I saw in here. What was that? Talks about mysticism, learn the Sephiroth of the Tree of Life. Wow. That's a lot of information for a deck of cards. I mean, there's a lot of layered information in there. All right, so we're going to go through this, and we're going to take a good look. They are linen cards, you guys. Oh, okay. If I spent $50 on a deck of cards, and it's linen, I'm already happy with my purchase. Oh, I'm so happy with my purchase. I love linen cards. They feel amazing. And I like the way they age. I don't care what anybody says. So here's our abundance card. For whatever reason, this reminds me very much of the Page of Pentacles. And for those of you who are watching for the first time, which, by the way, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I really like to... I have a tendency to just make pulls from other places that I know. I know the tarot the best. So oftentimes I will compare cards that I see to meanings that I see in the tarot. So there you go. So this card is abundance. This card is activation. And I like how we've got the sacred geometry here with this crystals and kind of channeling energy. She's got a crystal on her shoulder here. It almost feels like she's growing roots or tree branches from within. Very cool. Ascension. I want to read this one because I'm confuzzled by it. I almost feel like she's the brightest. She's the brightest in the area, right? No one can see her because she's so bright. Everybody's dull and bland, and I don't know. What does ascension mean? She also kind of looks alone. And ascension is one of those things, you know, it's a journey we take alone. All right, let's take a look. Ascension. The act of rising or going through various lifetimes while staying in the same physical body. Whoa. I'm just going to say this is, all right, let's just keep going here. Change waits for no one. As the earth changes, those who have not adapted in time get left behind. The chance to adapt and evolve in order to thrive is available to those who heed the call and those whose ascension will elevate others. This ascension awakens the truest part of yourself and brings to light what is not in alignment with them. Being a part of the rat race, not following your true passions and nature, are revelations that become exposed during the ascension process. This process that is completely natural can be expedited through meditative practices or by certain space, whether activities like solar flares and energetic emissions from galactic bodies. Ascension can be accelerated at certain astrological times, but it is always up to you to decide when to jump on board. Notice the signs of ascension. To do this, an understanding of oneself or another is needed in order to confirm if the following are indeed changes, let alone ascension symptoms. Tiredness. As ascension causes energetic shifts and genetic changes within the body, it is common for you to want to sleep more so that the body can acclimate. Performing any action that is not aligned with your highest good or truth becomes extremely exhausting as well. Enhanced spiritual awareness. As ascension expands your awareness, you will begin to interpret mundane things from the numbers, dreams, animals, sightings, and more as messages. You will become aware of certain patterns and be able to see situations from an elevated perspective. Psychic abilities and powers. As ascension makes you more aware of what cannot be seen, your clairsenses will develop in order to receive this once hidden information. Related powers may emerge from being able to know how people are feeling and what they are thinking, seeing the future, affecting the weather, having control over your life and specific events, etc. New intolerances. As ascension rids you of denser energies, you will become more intolerable of certain vices, foods, music, and even people that you once enjoyed. You will not be able to digest junk foods, alcohol, or any drugs to the capacity that you did before, as you are more sensitive as how they impact your health. New personality. As ascension expands your knowledge and compassion, your personality may change as a result. Instead of being the loud, cold, or reactive person you once were, you may be more reserved and grounded or quiet since you feel that no one understands you, or even anxious as you know a huge shift is occurring. You will become excited by true passions and issues surrounding humanity, the earth, and interests that, if pursued, will allow you to benefit or inspire others. The card meanings. In the upright, 5D, Dharma, creative, higher dimensions, Gaia, Panchamama, DNA, patterns, expanded consciousness, internal change, goddess, matrix, minority, lost, time, escapism, light bearer, shift, portal, illusion, maturation, womanhood. In the reversed, outcast, evicted, witch, enlightenment, self-aware, woman, abduction, missionary, whistleblower. In a blockage position, which I'm going to say is how it's laid out in your spread, depending on the kind of spread that you do. And I didn't check the book. They do have a 3-card spread. And that's all for this book. But I'm going to interpret these 3 here, the blockage position, the divination position, and the reverse position, as something that kind of comes up in a spread or a position, like doing past, present, future. The blockage for me would be in the present or in the middle. Okay, so blockage. You are wasting time and energy reflecting on average and dull modalities. As conformity restricts your potential, the only way to free yourself is to not follow outdated rules and go against the grain. Stop trying to find a place for yourself in worlds that were not made for you. Only by being yourself can you find your home or create one. In the divination position, which I would call the outcome, everything will have seemed to have changed, but it is you that is different. You are evolving, and with that comes a completely new perspective and connection to the unknown that will change your life forever. In the reverse position, this guy here, they've already given us that for just the keywords for the meaning. But in the reverse position, it says your knowledge and your ethics leave you unable to follow the herd and participate in certain activities. So there you go. As you become enlightened, certain things become intolerable. The unhealthy things. All right. Then we've got astrology. And I think, this, I would almost interpret this as divine timing, because she's kind of juggling the moon and the planets for them to kind of come into alignment, right? I don't know. That's how I read it. Attraction. This feels very Gemini. Very lover's card. But definitely the mirror. I always think of the mirrored images. I always think Gemini. All right. Banish. The other thing too with the mirrored images can be divine feminine and divine masculine, not just Gemini. But magnetic attraction for sure with those magnets there. Okay, sorry. Banish. Ooh, banishing negative thoughts away. That's kind of banishing whatever you don't want in a reading, I suppose. Believe in yourself. She's looking in the mirror. Cleanse, clearing your energy. Conjure. It's interesting that she's got 3 directions that she can go, and she's in the center, conjuring her future, perhaps. Although, what is is she standing in a hole of dirt? There is a shovel behind her. Maybe she's raising herself from the ground up. How many pulls? That's so many pulls for just one little card there like that. Pulling yourself up, by the bootstraps from the ground up. Interesting card. Ooh, demon. That feels very codependent. That's like Eve and the devil right there. Fear. What else is fear, codependency? What else is the demon? Making friends with your demon? I don't know. It does kind of have like a heart shape here. So divine feminine, divine masculine. All right, I'm going to read a portion of the meaning for this card. Just because I like to pull automatically from like tarot. And all right, so we're not reading all 3-4 pages of this. We're going to just read like a couple things. A divinity or spiritual being of nature between gods and humans. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it, especially if you ask a demon to assist in your affairs. It's a warning against working with demons. Let's see. All right, so card meaning in the upright. Luciferianism, astral sex, unrequited love. That's probably how I would interpret this card. Sinful, that could be a good one too. Pagan, chastity, sex addiction. Addiction is definitely a devil kind of meaning, I think, a devil card meaning. Embracing your shadow, acceptance, light, infusion, individualism, not caring what others think, distraction, judgments, trust, gold digger, relationship, power hungry, control, spy, magician, and control. In the reverse, it's romantic love, public displays of affection, affair, kinks, sex, primal connection, lust, passion, marriage. That's pretty comprehensive. And that's just for the like basic meanings, like what you would have for a Rider-Waite deck, like the mini book. For the blockage position, your attachments to material possessions and earthly desires is cheapening you and keeping you tied to people and things that are draining and containing you. I mean, these cards are definitely dying for clarification cards, right? Because there's just so many different directions that you can pull the meaning for that card. I would definitely want some clarification cards. All right, so your attachment to material possessions or earthly desires is cheapening you and keeping you tied to people and things that are draining and containing you. In an outcome or a divination position, you will find yourself with an insatiable desire that will fuel immediate sacrifices and unforgettable alliances. You will soon be given everything you have wanted, yet at your core, you will remain the same. In the reverse position, the possibility of a tempestuous love affair is materializing. Ooh, so many meanings. All right, this is a very useful deck. Definitely a very useful deck. All right, we have the divination card here. She's got the third eye open, this very high priestessy to me. It also could be like, she's almost like doing the year. There's too many cards there for the year, maybe. All right, elemental magic, using the elements, water, water, fire, air, and earth, which would be the crystals. The feathers would be the air. The fire is fire. Where's the water? Is that a splash of water there, perhaps? And maybe on her arm. Focus. This feels like surrender, sacrifice with that hand over the candle the way that it is. Forgiveness. I almost feel like forgiving the violence, releasing the violence. Glamour magic. Guardian. Little dragon. You guys have to let me know what you think of these images. The book is pretty intense. Guide. You're right. Maybe I can. Let's see. Well, all right. Guide. We'll just do the one word little thing that they have in the book. An energy that advises or shows the ways to others. healing, curing or curative, prescribed or helping to heal. Higher self, an eternal, omnipotent, conscious, and intelligent being who is one's real self. Influence, the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something, or the effect of itself. Intelligence, the collection of information of military or political value. Intuition, the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. Journey, an act of traveling from one place to another. Kitchen magic. And I just kind of want to say, like, a journey traveling from one place to another can mean physically, spiritually, intellectually, emotionally. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. All right. Kitchen magic. Oopsies. There we go. Kitchen magic. Process of manifestation that involves imbuing food and drink or any items that can be made in a kitchen with magical intent. Then we have a knowledge, facts, information, and skills acquired by a person through experience or education, the theoretical or practical understanding of a subject. Learn. Ooh, I love the evolution of learning, and I love the application of sacred geometry. It's something I'm constantly trying to pick up little things on, but I know that Spirit is giving me those, those lessons as I'm ready. So I love seeing new geometry. That means I'm going to learn something new. Anyway, gain or acquire knowledge or of or skill in something by study, experience, or being taught. Then we have listen. Oh, that's interesting. We've got all of these chakra singing bowls here. And she's got one in her hand. And I'm going to say it reminds me of the Eight of Cups. One, because all the bowls are kind of lined up. But there's 8 of them. And I think my singing bowls, I only have 7 of them for each of the chakras. Yeah. Okay. So listen. Give one's attention to a sound. This is so cool. Like this I can use with my singing bowls. So your root chakra, the sound of that frequency resonates with the kidneys and the skeletal system. So that's very interesting. If I got this in a reading, I would probably be breaking out my singing bowls or listening to some YouTube video that has these frequencies. Very cool. Okay, meditation. I don't know. This is so relatable to my own spiritual journey. And I have been in this. In my meditations, I have been in that triangle. It's only part, for me, it's only part of the Merkaba. But anyway, it's only part of my Merkaba. That's actually a pentacle for me, but I am in that vehicle. That's the shape of my soul, my higher self. All right, meditation, sorry. The action or practice of thinking deeply or focusing one's mind for a period of time in silence or with the aid of chanting for religious or spiritual purposes or as a method of relaxation. Mediumship. The practice of mediating communication between spirits of the dead and living human beings. Moon magic. Energy work whose purpose coincides with and is enhanced with the phases of the moon. She's pretty. I like this one. And it goes over the phases of the moon and what to do in the different phases of the moon. This is a very useful deck. Like, this is a good, like, if you're a beginning person, if you're just learning about tarot, this is a really good, I'm going to say right off the bat, this is an excellent deck to layer your learning. There's so much information in here that can be applied to every single deck. You'll start seeing the symbolism and everything. But she pretty well encompasses geometry, astrology, moon phases, elements. She's even utilizing, doesn't have any numerology in here, but there were elements of numbers in there, like with the 8 cups in that singing bowl one and the meditation one. There's a lot of layered information. This is an excellent book. I would definitely recommend this for a beginning person because you'll just learn so much. I'm going to learn so much from this deck. All right, move, change, or cause to change from one state of pain, sphere, or activity to another. Then we have mysticism, belief that union with or absorption into the deity or the absolute or the spiritual apprehension of knowledge inaccessible to the intellect may be attained through contemplation and self-surrender. Oh, and it goes over the tree of life. Like, this is a great introduction to the tree of life. There's so many books that make this very complicated, and she's got it in a single page. Like, this is a good deck. This is 100% worth it. I have bought more expensive decks that are much less useful. I'm impressed. Nature, the phenomenon of the physical world collectively, including plants, animals, and the landscape and other features and products of the earth, as opposed to humans or human creations. This feels very much like a Gaia card. Maybe even like a world card. The giving and receiving between spirit and physical. I love it. Persuasion, the action or fact of persuading someone or of being persuaded to do or believe something. That's pretty cool. Portal. Wow, that persuasion has a lot of information underneath there too. No charts though, otherwise I'd show you all. All right, so this says portal, a doorway, gate, or other entrance, especially a large and elaborate one. Okay, our next one is praise, the expression of approval or admiration for someone or something. Protection, a curing or curative, prescribed or helping to heal. Release, allow something to move, act, or flow freely. Then we have respect, feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. We have rest, cease work or movement in order to relax, refresh oneself, or recover strength. Sacred heart, a representation of the heart as a symbol of divine love and grace. Sacred space, a place deserving veneration that is connected to divine energies. Sacrifice, the act of surrendering self or a possession as an offering to God or to a divine or supernatural figure. Sex magic, the use of sexual energy, notably orgasm, for manifestation. Taboo, a social or religious custom prohibiting or forbidding discussion of a particular practice or forbidding association with a particular person, place, or thing. And that's it. That is the entire deck. It's going to be easy to shuffle because it's linen. Oh my God, I love linen. Oh my gosh, I love the way this shuffles. I go in phases though. Like this feels so flexible, right? Like I feel like maybe when I'm feeling more flexible, I really like these flexible decks. And then there's times where I really want those thick cards that maybe like, I don't know, like the Curious Creatures one is pretty thick deck. Or even these. These are pretty thick cardstock. But they like sound different. Right? They have like a clacking noise and sometimes I need that. And then these are just like, ah. Let me know if you guys experience that too when you shuffle. Oh man, these are just don't want to be shuffled. You can't stay in alphabetical order. No, no, no. We've got to do our there we go. I feel better about that one. We want to do our deck interview here. So, alrighty. There we go. Now it's working with me. All right. Oh, okay. Last one, and then we'll go ahead and start. Okay, what personality does this deck have? What personality does this deck have? Because the explanations are so long, we're going to pull all the cards and then interpret. Might do a little along the way, but it is a new deck. What personality does this deck have? Or we can pull this out too. There we go. All right, what personality does this deck have? It says, ooh, attraction. Ooh, I love law of attraction stuff. That's totally what I feel. Mirroring what you're attracting. Let's see. What else? What is your strength? What is your strength? I want some more room. What is your strength? I like my little heart crystal. All right. What is your strength? Ooh, wow. All right, so we'll be shuffling that way now. All right, this one landed the furthest away. It says Sacred Space, Kitchen Magic, and Activation. So what is your strength? I want to read that one. All right, Sacred Space. In the reverse. Okay, so the personality of the deck is, for me, basically law of attraction. What you're thinking about, you're bringing about. You're looking in a mirror as to what you're thinking about when you just kind of look at your own life. And then this one says in the book, it says in the reverse position, it says you'll get what you dreamed of, but you'll find it to be less than perfect. And anything that you envision in your head is never the same as what you end up with in real life. The key is to be pleased with the reality of what your dream is. That's what I have found. Then let's look at the Kitchen Magic. The process of manifestation that involves imbuing food and drink or any items that can be made in a kitchen with magical intent. So in the reverse, it says ego and identity will sabotage any chance of teamwork and successful production, no matter how perfect the conditions. Allow things to cool and stop adding to the mix in order to avoid a mess. All right, so I feel like it's helping you kind of overcome everyday obstacles, right? Activation for me is kind of like what our triggers are. So I feel like it's going to help you kind of overcome maybe the thing like some toxic behavior. So that's kind of what I'm feeling. That its strength is pointing out toxic behavior. Let's see what activation says. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Okay. Activation in the upright. To make active, to cause, cause to function or act. And it kind of means everything you need to manifest your goals is in reach, and you will soon realize a successful plan. With trust in the universe and self-confidence, you can experience something even greater than you could have imagined on your own. But it won't look like what was in your head, and it won't come without its obstacles. That's kind of how I feel. So it's kind of like, this is a deck about what you want to attract into your life on a daily, and how to manage what you're attracting into your life on a daily. What is your weakness? What is your weakness? What is your weakness? Ascension. It can't do the ascension for you. That's what I always say. Let's see what the book says, because I am so biased on that question. No card deck is going to be able to do the spiritual work you got to do when you're presented with a new perspective, right? All right. So in the reverse, it says, your knowledge and your ethics leave you unable to follow the herd and participate in certain activities. Tell me if you hear the same thing with that definition, that you got to do the work. It can't do it for you. That's the deck's weakness. Anyways, moving on. How will you help me to grow? How will you help me to grow? Ooh, I feel like it's just going to help me manifest, manifest, manifest. How will you help me to grow? Ooh, okay. Ooh, see what I say? Conjure, turn something in from nothing, bring something into the world from absolutely nothing, and to be divinely guided, to be completely in touch with your spirit guides, bringing you the things that you're thinking about. Especially if you're not resisting, right? Because it's just saying, look, you can't resist it. And even though you may have some resistance, using, tapping in with your rituals and your faith, you're going to be able to overcome it. So cool. When should I call on you for guidance? 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 Faith. Maybe when you've lost faith. I mean, that's my initial reaction to that card. Or when your faith is questionable, when you have self-doubt. Those are just the first intuitive things that come to mind. And in the reverse position for praise, it says, there is a perversion and a manipulation of a uniquely passionate and powerful voice for capital gain. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I feel like it's when you feel like you're being used, or you have kind of self-doubt, or maybe you're feeling taken advantage of. And it's right underneath this activations thing. So sometimes we're reacting to a past that isn't necessarily there in the future or in the present, and maybe projecting something unfairly onto other people, which causes us self-doubt, because there's like different ways in which we're out of alignment with our highest self, right? Because we always want to be working to our highest good. So anything that feels like less than working to our highest good, I don't know, can be kind of difficult to kind of pull apart. So I think that this is one of the ways that I use the cards to find clarity and guidance in my own life, is just to kind of shift my perspective. So yeah, but I feel like if you're feeling screwed over, this is a deck, because that will, if you're feeling screwed over, you're going to manifest some sort of like negativity behind that. So I think if you have awareness, I mean, if the personality of the deck is attraction, and you have and it's giving you awareness about what your blockages are, in your manifestations. I'm really feeling like you come to this deck for guidance when you're feeling a blockage. And we all know when we're feeling that. We usually feel sad. Sad or not so good about ourselves, kind of get down on ourselves. So I really feel like this is a positive deck to help you raise your vibration or point out where your vibration is low or blocked. All right, what is the best way to work with you? What is the best way to work with you? Ooh, they're threatening to come out. Under and over both. All right. What is the best way to work with you? Oh, they're jumping into my hands and then popping right back into the deck. I kind of like the way that feels. All right. What is the best way to work with you? All right. Now landed on Law of Attraction and these activations. So I feel like we've just come over self-doubt, right? I feel like now we're tapping into our intuition, which is the best way to work with this. We're finding out what our resistance is and getting guidance for that and really establishing your connection to the universe. So just opening up that communication with the higher power. All right, what will our relationship be like? What will our relationship be like? Elemental magic. I'm going to make magic with this deck. I am really, really feeling that. I do feel like this is like a mastermind deck, a master manifestation deck. I am super impressed with the book. And I'm going to read this last one of what our relationship is going to be like, this elemental magic. And I'm just going to give you attributes of this table here because if you're being balanced, excess, it says, when there is a balance or excess of any of the elemental energies, certain traits are apparent and are seen in the following chart. So it's like not only are we addressing these blockages, this deck, this is a she deck. She is also helping to bring into balance some of these things that may be excessive in different areas or different elements and the qualities that may manifest as a result of bringing them into balance. So just here it says balanced, for earth is patient and enduring. Balanced for air is creative. Balanced for fire is active. Balanced for water is loving, going with the flow. Any excess of earth means lazy, agoraphobic, and bored. Air, it says indecisive. Excess of air is indecisive, unreliable. Fire, an excess of fire is controlling, violent, vain. An excess of water is depressed, dramatic, easily addicted. Quality of these kind of earth, the qualities of a earthy person is logical and stable. An air person is more psychic. A fire person is more a manifester, and water is empathetic. And that is a crossover to the tarot as well. Those are all true for tarot. So I do kind of feel like bringing into balance each of the elements helps, puts you in the vibration of manifestation. But it means you'll realize that the only way to have it all is to be balanced and to be able to maintain balance. If not, everything will fall to the ground, including your sanity. Take time out for yourself is crucial to your success and well-being. So, I like this deck. I really like this book. I really like the linen cards. I like the price of it. I think everything, all in all, this is a quality deck. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you very much for watching. Have a beautiful, blessed day. And if you'd be so kind, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Thanks so much.